My name is Stephanie Nolan. I'm an occupational therapist. I've been working with the MS community for about 6 years now. Occupational therapy is a form of therapy where we focus on helping people be as independent as possible and function in their daily activities. So that might include things such as assessing function to determine, do we need physical exercise? Do we need tools or gadgets? Should we modify the environment? Should we try some new strategies? Or do we just need to work on managing fatigue or heat management as well? So we might remediate a situation, which means we try to fix the problem, where if there's difficulty with range of motion, we might work on stretches, or if there's weakness, we might work on strength to improve that person's function. Or we might work on adapting or compensating, where we use a gadget. So we might use some kind of tools or modifications in the home to make it more simple and reduce the demand on the body needed to be able to do that activity. For someone with MS, I can help you become more independent and be able to participate in those meaningful activities, such as self-care, driving, leisure activities, work, even caregiving. But those are all going to be achieved through different ways. That might be adaptive equipment, that might be environmental modifications or changes in techniques, managing fatigue or heat, and exercises or stretching or balance, different things like that that might help you. So determining what your need is most important, and then the OT will figure out what strategy to use for you. With Can Do MS, you can learn a lot with an OT. We want to help you with things like fatigue management, heat tolerance, vision adaptations, home modifications, adaptive equipment, driving, and different techniques just to make things easier for you so that you can engage in those activities that are so meaningful and important to you and give you that independence and that dignity back. Sometimes people think, I don't need an occupational therapist. And I think a lot of times it's because they don't know what we can do for you. So finding an occupational therapist and giving it a chance might be really powerful for you. Building that independence and that dignity again, and being able to do simple things like feeding yourself or using the restroom on your own is really powerful. And I just hope people will consider occupational therapy and giving it a chance to find out that maybe they can do things they didn't think they could do. Before meeting with an occupational therapist, I think it's a great idea to kind of pay attention about a week before and start writing down things that you're struggling with or might be difficult. Those things could be your activities of daily living, and those are bathing, dressing, grooming, toileting, and self-feeding. There are also the instrumental activities of daily living. We call those the IADLs. They're a little bit more complex. So those are things like taking care of someone else, like a baby or a spouse or a parent. That might also be something like work. That could also include driving or leisure activities, or maybe volunteer activities. So if you're struggling in any of those areas, write it down and bring it to your session so that you can share that with your occupational therapist that you would be seeing. Also, it really helps us to have pictures of your environment if you're struggling in a certain space. And even videos are really incredible to have, because then we can really see what kind of movement patterns you're using as well. We hope that you'll find your visit with an occupational therapist beneficial in helping you learn strategies to be as independent as possible and to be engaging in those things that are meaningful to you again, and to be able to just bring back that dignity and that autonomy where you have that independence and just can do things for yourself again. You might do those things a little bit differently. They might not look the same, but we want you to know that we can help you do things that you maybe didn't think you can do, but you can do, and it's just a little bit different. Someone once told me that MS gives you $1 a day, and we compare that to energy. And you have that one whole dollar to budget for your whole day. And if you don't spend it wisely, you're going to run out really early. So we want people to think about how they're spending their energy when it comes to fatigue and managing all of those dollars or pennies that you have throughout the day. Instead of spending all those pennies standing in the shower early in the morning, really hot, maybe you'll conserve some of those pennies and be able to enjoy something later in the evening, like a soccer activity with your son. So just want people to remember, it's really important to budget that fatigue.